Are you confused about what career to choose? Not quite sure of the range of study and work options compatible with your personality, aptitude and interests? Welcome to Career Cafe for a ringside view of an exciting career each week. Together, we shall explore the pros and cons, the ins and outs, the programs and prospects, all the stuff you need to make an informed and successful career choice. Hi, I'm your host and career guide Parveen Malhotra, and on the menu today we have a topic that has lakhs of students on tenterhooks: how to crack the civil services exam. Let's start with a few statistics. 9.41 lakh students enrolled for the CS exams in 2015, of which 4.6 lakh appeared for the prelims. And pray, how many qualified? 15,008 plus another 1,405 in the Indian Forest Service. Of these, only 3,308 were shortlisted for the personality test. But that's not all. Finally, barely 1,236 were appointed. Sure, the odds of cracking this exam are pretty high, roughly 3%, 3.5%. But the fact remains that 1,000 odd candidates do make it each year. And if you follow the right approach, you could well be one of them. Everyone and their aunt will tell you that you need to work really hard to prepare for this mother of all exams. But as you'll discover in this program, it's not so much about working hard as it is about working smart. And to tell us all about the ins and outs of cracking this popular but much dreaded exam is our guest today, Mr. D.P. Vajpayee, a B.Tech from IIT Mumbai and M.Phil from JNU Delhi. Vajpayee sir, as he is popularly called, is a versatile personality with vast experience in fields as varied as communication engineering to literature and environmental activism. A renowned civil services coach, he is the chief mentor of Delhi Institute of Admin Services, where he's coached over 400 successful candidates in the civil services in the last decade. Widely traveled and acquainted with grassroots problems, he is regarded as an expert on governance in democratic polity as well. Welcome to Career Cafe, Vajpayee ji. What a pleasure. So, Vajpayee ji, ये बताइए कि ever since the pattern of the CS exam has changed, what are the main contours of these changes?
Madam, from in 2013, the whole examination process was changed. This exam is still conducted in 3 stages: prelims, mains and personality test. In the prelims, earlier there used to be 1 optional and 1 GS. And in 2013, what they changed? They changed to 1 GS, and instead of the optional was removed, and in place of optional, it was replaced by an aptitude test. In 2015 exam, this year, even that she said that aptitude test had also been removed. Okay. So as far as the prelims is concerned, selection in 2015 exam in prelims has occurred only on the basis of general studies. So role of general studies has widened. That is in GS. In the mains, in the main examination, which is the main mother of all exams, in the main examination, there used to be 2 optionals before 2013. So in the 2013, there has been now only 1 optional. So that is one major change. From earlier, there used to be weightage of general studies paper was just 1/3. General studies were 600 marks and optionals were 1200 marks and essay was 200 marks. But now the exam has gone C change. GS is 1000 marks, optional is just 500 marks. So earlier I used to say that the optionals had 2/3 weightage, GS had 1/3 weightage, but right now the exam has got U change. Absolutely changed. So that is the system of mains, and personality test remains as such.
That remains
the same.
So tell me something. बहुत सारे बच्चे ये सवाल पूछते हैं कि ऑप्शनल पेपर कैसे चूज करना चाहिए.
अब जब सिर्फ एक ऑप्शनल रह गया एग्जाम में। पहले जब 2 ऑप्शनल रहते थे तो वाइड चॉइस करनी पड़ती थी। एक सब्जेक्ट तो टिपिकली लोगों को वही लेना पड़ता था जो उनका बैकग्राउंड का सब्जेक्ट था, जिसमें आपने बेसिक क्वालिफिकेशंस अर्न करी हुई होती थी।
बिल्कुल।
लेकिन जब एक ही ऑप्शनल है, then that choice is left.
Yes,
that subject must be the natural subject of your interest.
Absolutely, not from the point of view of scoring as many kids think.
So here one thing I should make very clear in the beginning itself, every optional subject is equally scoring. You can come from any discipline, you can opt for any optional.
And it's always preferable to opt for the subject that you've studied.
Whether it is physics or it is mathematics or it is Hindi literature.
Bilkul.
Or literature of any other vernacular subject also.
So let's flash the, our callers must be waiting anxiously on the lines. So if you have any queries, please call us quickly on these toll-free numbers 011-230-35420 and 1800-115314. जी. So optionals का ये हो गई बात. Now let's talk about the preparation. When we talk about preparing now general studies में कितना पीछे का पोर्शन कवर होता है, प्रीवियस ईयर्स? और
इस एग्जाम में, सिविल सर्विसेज एग्जाम में जो जनरल स्टडीज है वो बहुत वाइडर स्कोप का है.
अच्छा.
एंड वट एवर इज एक्सपेक्टेड आउट ऑफ एन इंटेलिजेंट पर्सन.
ओके.
सो यू हैव टू बी वेल वर्स्ड इन पॉलिटी, governance, our governance system. You should be well versed in economy. You must be well versed in history.
When we say economy, you are talking of Indian economy or are you talking of economics?
These days everything is interlinked. Definitely you have to know about the Indian economy and you must also know about the world economy because all issues are interlinked.
Okay.
And then polity.
Right.
The constitution, our legal system in which we are operating, and environmental issues. These days environment has become
very important.
The topic of very important importance. So environmental issues have got prime importance, and definitely current affairs.
Definitely current affairs.
Very important.
So अगर एक स्टूडेंट को कितना पहले से ये तैयारी करनी चाहिए? If you're serious about cracking the civil services, then how much in advance must you start your preparation?
Ideally, it is thought that 1 year is good enough.
Acha.
Basically I come from science and engineering background and have been teaching physics, apart from general studies and physics and mathematics optionals also. So we believe in quantification. We quantify everything.
Okay.
So the kind of energy which this examination requires, according to me, it requires 1800 hours of hard work.
Okay.
If you are working hours 6 hours a day, then it must be or 5 hours a day, then it must be your 1 year job.
Okay, so that is how you quantify. आपने सुन लिया, 1800 hours, 5 hours a day on an average, and you should be there. Huh?
Yes, that's
okay. And we have our first caller to the show, Ayush Gupta from Madhya Pradesh. Welcome, Ayush.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Ma'am, my question is, the thing is, regarding the civil service, on what basis we have to choose the optional subject?
You know, this is exactly what we were discussing 2 minutes ago. What sir said was that since you have to choose one optional subject, please choose the subject that you have already studied at the bachelor's or master's level. Don't try and change a subject or opt for an optional thinking कि इसका portion कम है या ज़्यादा scoring है, because that is a myth. All subjects are equally scoring.
Yes.
You would agree?
I will just like to add on something to this. I use every subject is equally scoring. But the subject which you should opt for, it must be, if it is better that if you study the subject which is from your background, but you can opt for the subject even which is not from your background, which you have not studied, but if you have got deep interest in.
Right.
For example, literature. Many other times people are very interested in literature and due to certain circumstances they are not able to study the literature in their academic programs. They have done master's level in some subject, but they are very good at literatures. So they can opt for the literatures also.
अच्छा. So depending on your interest. अच्छा, now एक थोड़ा सा tricky सवाल कि we have seen the odds that present themselves in this exam. So would it be practical to keep a solid fallback option just in case you don't make it to the civil services?
Madam, on this question, there are different sets of opinion.
Okay, what is yours?
My personal opinion on this is it is always better if you have got a fallback option. That is why the people who bag good ranks, many of them are from engineering backgrounds, because they have got good career option to fall back upon. So it will be always beneficial if you are ready for the some other plan. If
plan B hona
chahiye. If plan A doesn't succeed,
yes,
then there must be plan B.
And especially when the odds are
so
high. Okay, fair enough. Yet another caller, Santosh from Karnataka. Welcome, Santosh.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening.
I recently wrote mains exam, madam, in December. With maths optional.
Okay.
So I would like to ask sir that how to start once again, whether I should start it from the beginning or shall I start it from the middle of the examinations?
What?
No, I would, the exam is uncertain at each and every stage, madam.
Right.
So should I start for mains once again, or what should I do? I am just a qualified graduate with science, madam.
Okay. Okay.
So should I start it once again or what? I am not certain about all these things, madam.
All right. All right.
Okay.
My advice will be that you should continue your preparation. This examination is the test of sustenance, hard work, and sustained efforts.
Sustained efforts.
If you review your plan, if you have taken the exam this year, then review what mistakes you have committed.
Yes, that is the most important thing.
So keep on reviewing your mistakes, and if you are successful in this year's mains examination and get a chance to appear at the personality test, then also that preparation will help. Otherwise, that will form a good background for the next attempt. So you continue with your preparation and focus more on general studies at this stage.
Okay.
And find if you have got certain, like if you have not been able to study certain sections in mathematics, then you should focus on those sections also. Because these days, because there is single optional subject, so whatever optional you are opting, that optional must be thoroughly prepared.
That has to
you should not skip. There is no scope of skipping any section. And in mathematics and physics optionals, that happens particularly. Many other people miss out certain sections, they leave certain sections. That is why they are not able to do well. So my first advice to the science and engineering background candidates, particularly physics and mathematics optionals, is that they must try to prepare the whole syllabus. Okay. Then only they can take the advantage of the paper.
Okay, that's another second very important tip. And on that note, we'll take a short break here. But when we return, we'll blast a few more myths and continue taking your queries. So stand by. Welcome back to Career Cafe. We are looking at cracking the civil services exam. I'm Parveen Malhotra, and with us is DP Vajpayee, Chief Coach and Mentor, DIAS. तो वाजपेयी जी, मुझे लगता है आपसे बात करने के बाद कि इसमें टाइम मैनेजमेंट की बहुत जरूरत है, नहीं इस एग्जाम में, है ना? क्योंकि आपने तैयारी 3 साल की हो, पर आपको तो 3 घंटे में आपका परफॉर्मेंस दिखाना है, वो उस पर निर्भर करेगा कि आप यू आर इन और यू आर आउट, है ना? तो मुझे ये बताइए कि कोचिंग का क्या रोल है इस सब में, क्योंकि बहुत बच्चे ये सोचते हैं कि अगर हम बड़े शहरों में नहीं हैं, दिल्ली, बॉम्बे या इलाहाबाद वगैरह, विच आर कंसिडर्ड द हब्स ऑफ सिविल सर्विसेज कोचिंग, तो हमारे चांसेस अच्छे नहीं हैं. इज दैट ट्रू? एंड कुछ बच्चों के लिए ये एक बहुत एक्सपेंसिव प्रोपोजिशन हो जाता है, तो इसके लिए आपकी क्या राय है?
Even on this issue, madam, there are different shades of opinion. But my personal perception is this examination can be very well passed without help of any coaching institute.
Really?
Yes. This examination is trying to test certain traits in your personality. And innovativeness is one of the tests. And your balance of mind.
Okay.
And your definite critical assessment abilities. Because it is going to test to innovativeness. So if something comes from the mouth of a teacher or it comes from the notes of certain coaching institute and everybody is trying to reproduce it in the exam, then it loses its innovativeness. And it loses its uniqueness. This examination is trying to test a unique answers from you. And in that, and definitely another viewpoint is that coaching institutes help a lot also, because general studies contents are very wide. In science optionals, many of the people have not gone through the all kind of the books, whatever are required. So, and this is the syllabus of every optional is of 4 years duration. 3 years of graduation degree plus 1 year of the master's level. It is almost a 4 years degree program. So covering the, and time management is very important. So 4-year course has to be covered in a very short time of 3 months maximum. So their coaching institutes play some role. But this examination can be, once again my answer will be that this examination can be very well passed without any coaching institute. It is the test of your intrinsic level, how much hard work you can put, how much sustained hard work you can put.
Steady. Steady. इसमें आपकी written practice कितनी important है?
Written practice बहुत important है.
बहुत important है.
You have to practice the things. You have to go through from the standard texts, and then you have to practice from the previous year question papers also.
Okay. Okay.
And in this regard, is role of some institutes and papers from experts can be
taken. A little pointers would certainly help. Would help. We have another caller waiting on the line, Santosh from UP. Welcome, Santosh. Sorry to keep you waiting.
It's all right, ma'am. Ma'am, my question is...
Yeah?
It's all right. My question, ma'am, is, see, I have a great desire to just pursue this, CS exam. And I have this great desire because I belong to a very particular, very small place, and I'm myself not very, financially very, efficient or strong enough to, opt for this course. And I have this desire, but I don't know which way and which, path I should go. This craving is there in my heart, but I don't know the material, the coaching, and the guidance is so, is very difficult to just know about it, and first of all, and then just go through it. I don't know the proper guidance, the material, and the.
What is your stream? What stream are you from?
Yes, ma'am.
What stream? आपकी बैचलर्स लेवल की स्टडी कौन सी सब्जेक्ट में है?
मैंने एमए किया हुआ है इंग्लिश में, लेकिन मेरा ग्रेजुएशन लेवल पे जो मेरा सब्जेक्ट रहा है वो साइकोलॉजी, इंग्लिश एंड पॉलिटिकल साइंस रहा है.
और मास्टर्स में?
मास्टर्स में मैंने इंग्लिश किया है मैम.
इंग्लिश किया है. तो आपकी क्या एडवाइस रहेगी?
देखिए, हम लोग बहुत फॉर्चुनेट हैं कि हम लोग इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी के एज में रह रहे हैं.
बिल्कुल.
आजकल का एज जो है इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी का एज है. अब ये कोई दूरियां सारी खत्म हो गई हैं. कोई छोटे शहर में रहता है, कोई बड़े शहर में रहता है, कोई इमटेरियल है. Every information is available on fingertips.
बिल्कुल, ऑनलाइन इतना
है. आपको नेट की एक्सेस, जिस भी टाउन में आप रह रहे हैं, आप इंटरनेट का यूज कीजिए, भरपूर यूज कीजिए. और सिविल सर्विसेज एग्जामिनेशन 2014 के टॉपर्स के बहुत सारे ब्लॉग्स आजकल जितने भी टॉपर्स हैं, दे आर राइटिंग देयर ब्लॉग्स. यू कैन गो थ्रू and you have to start from very basics. In this examination we are discussing the nature of this exam. One optional has to be chosen. That can be any one of the subjects which interests you.
For you, it can be psychology or English.
English literature.
Yes.
He can opt for any one of the subjects. Yes. One optional and everything else is common to everybody. General studies. And general studies you have to study from your 11th and 12th class level books. NCERT books are the best.
Absolutely.
Source.
This is what I heard.
And they are available all over the country.
They are available all over the country, and now there is a move to make all these books available in e-form.
E-form, yes.
E-form. So in a few months you will have all NCERT books in e-form, तो आपको खर्चा भी नहीं करना पड़ेगा. This will be free for students. So I think that is where you can begin, and I think you should start reading the newspapers and following the news regularly.
Yes,
because that current affairs आप एकदम 2 महीने में 3 महीने में cram नहीं कर सकते. You have to have an understanding and an appreciation so you can form your opinions.
Correct.
Isn't that true?
Correct.
So I think you start, just make a beginning, and you see the road keeps opening up ahead of you. So according to you, and इतने बढ़िया videos available हैं for free, for various aspects of the exam, एकदम free available हैं. Just browse the net and you will, in fact, you'll have too much, and you'll have to choose what to see and what not to see. So best of luck to you, Santosh. So tell me, मैंने ये भी सुना है वाजपेयी जी that this examination is set for a revamp and a committee has been set up and there is a delay in the report and etc. So this is creating a lot of turmoil among students. What if the optional paper is scrapped, or what if this there's a complete U-turn or whatever, तो हम क्या करेंगे? तो इस पर प्लीज आप थोड़ा खुलासा दें.
हाँ मैडम, स्टूडेंट्स और कैंडिडेट्स के बीच में आजकल बहुत सारी रूमर्स हैं कि ऑप्शनल से स्क्रैप होने जा रहे हैं या कुछ ऐसा. यूपीएससी ने एक कमेटी 12 अगस्त 2000 लास्ट ईयर 2015 को अपॉइंट की है, जिसका मैंडेट है कि पूरे इस एग्जामिनेशन प्रोसेस को रिव्यू करना।
बिल्कुल।
बासवान साहब के चेयरमैनशिप में दैट कमेटी हैज बीन अपॉइंटेड एंड दैट कमेटी इज सपोज टू सबमिट देयर रिकमेंडेशन विद इन 6 months. 6 months will be
January.
In February.
January end.
February end.
Well, February.
From August 17, it will be February end. So that committee has not submitted its report so far as my information is concerned. So all these things are just rumors. Until unless that committee submits its recommendation.
So you mean they'll seek an extension?
They may seek the extension for the committee. Then committee will give their recommendations, and then it is on the government whether they accept that recommendations or not. And those committee has been made up for the complete review of this whole process. That what is the age requirement of the candidates, whether we should continue with the same kind of examination process or some other things. All those things are available on the website of the UPSC.
Okay. So rest assured, even after it is ratified, it will take a while. So you have to prepare as per today's current pattern. Okay, we have one more caller, Rakesh Roy from West Bengal. Welcome, Rakesh. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Welcome to Career Cafe. What's your question?
हाँ, मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि मैं तो अभी 30 years old हूँ। मैं अभी इरिगेशन वाटर एंड वाटर डिपार्टमेंट के असिस्टेंट में पोस्ट में काम कर रहा हूँ। मेरा इंजीनियरिंग बैकग्राउंड से मैं अभी तो 2014 के नोटिफिकेशन वाइज मेरा 32 years तक मैं दे सकता हूँ। मैं जनरल कैंडिडेट हूँ। मैं किस तरह से प्रिपरेशन करूंगा जैसे मैं 2016 और 17 के अंदर में क्रैक कर सकूँ?
He is an engineering student who's already working. He's 32. 32 आपकी एज होगा?
नहीं,
30 है आपकी एज। Anyway.
अभी तक का जो इस साल का जो नोटिफिकेशन आएगा 2016 का नोटिफिकेशन इज सपोज टू कम इन द मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल.
Okay.
So and I don't think there will be any changes. Even if the committee recommends something, then also it will take time. It will not apply for this. So 2016 exams will happen according to the past pattern. And up to now, there is an age limit of 32 years. So he is very much eligible as per present condition.
So he should look at the subject in which he has done his BTech.
Yes.
है ना?
Or any other science subject.
Any other science subject. Yes, it could be physics, maths, whatever.
Or any other subject also, whatever interest.
No, interest के लिए तो फिर से शुरू से study करना पड़ेगा ना. तो if he has already done a particular field of study, then it makes it easier, no?
Yes.
And science में the range is very, very wide.
Yes.
So I think that is the strategy that you'll need to follow. I hope you've got your answer. So tell me, ये तीनों stages of the exam जो हैं, prelims, mains and the personality test, इन पे equal weightage देना चाहिए. How should you allocate your time for each of these?
Whole examination should be taken as a continuous process. Personality cannot be saved in one day.
Yes, very true.
Personality is a continuous
it's developed.
There are various facets to personality. Knowledge is one of the main components of personality. And so, there is I do not see any difference between prelims and mains. Prelims test only objective type of questions. Mains test wide range of questions. So and questions in the prelims are very wide in nature. It requires very extensive studies, while mains requires intensive studies.
Right.
So if you prepare for the mains, prelims is automatically taken care of.
Okay.
So all the three stages must be taken as a continuous process.
Wonderful. So ये नहीं करना है कि अभी आपको सिर्फ prelims का करना है, फिर हुआ तो फिर mains का करेंगे. That's bad strategy. That's bad strategy. So on that wonderful note, we'll wrap up today's show here. Vajpayee ji, thank you so much for coming to Career Cafe and blasting so many of the myths and answering all these questions so nicely. आपने बहुत बच्चों के शोल्डर से वेट उठा दिया है. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And next week on Career Cafe, we'll look at yet another super career. But before that, let me leave you with a quote from Stephen Hawking, the celebrated scientist who celebrated his 74th birthday recently. He says, "The greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance. It is the illusion of knowledge." So bye for now, stretch your mind and be your best.